Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a collision that basically defines modern tech defense.
Hmm.
You have the sheer chaos of cybersecurity on one side,
Constant attacks, malware changing every day.
and on the other you have this supposed silver bullet, machine learning.
Yeah, it's a messy intersection for sure. We're not just locking doors anymore. It's like we're trying to build door locks that can predict who's going to try to pick them 3 days from now.
Which sounds amazing in a sales pitch, but the reality
Right,
is,
there?
well, it's a lot more nuanced.
It always is.
So to get to the bottom of this, we're digging into the core ideas from Chio and Freeman's work, specifically their module on threats and solutions for machine learning and security.
Right.
And right away, they push for something that, honestly, sounds a little bureaucratic.
Yeah.
The taxonomy of threat.
I know. Taxonomy sounds like something you do in a dusty library. Right. Right. But in security, if you can't name it, you can't automate a defense against it.
Okay, but isn't a hack just a hack? I mean, why do we need to split hairs between something like InfoSec and CyberSec?
Because the goal is totally different.
Yeah.
And Keogh and Freeman make this really critical distinction. Information security or InfoSec, that's about the data.
Protecting the data.
Exactly, making sure nobody steals the credit card numbers. But cybersecurity, that's about the machine itself.
So InfoSec is don't read my diary, and CyberSec is don't hijack my brain.
Perfect analogy. A botnet doesn't care about your diary. It just wants your computer's CPU power to mine crypto or launch an attack. So if you treat a resource hijacking worm the same way you treat a phishing email, your algorithm is going to fail. You have to classify the behavior first before you can train a model to spot it.
Which brings us to the tool itself. Why are we throwing machine learning at this? Is it just because humans are too slow?
Speed is definitely part of it, but it's mostly about volume. We are just drowning in data logs. I mean, the book asks the question straight up, why machine learning?
And the answer is?
The answer is that rule-based systems, where a human literally writes, if this happens, do that, they just can't scale.
But this is where we have to, dispel the magic.
Yeah.
The authors spend a lot of time defining what machine learning is not.
Oh, this is my favorite part. Because there's this marketing myth that ML is some, sentient robot guard dog that understands security.
Right.
It doesn't. It's just math. It's probability.
It's not looking for a hacker. It's looking for a statistical outlier.
Precisely. Take the most common real-world application, spam filtering. The algorithm doesn't know what Viagra is.
And it doesn't know you don't need it.
It doesn't. It just knows that the probability of that word appearing next to a weird link is, say, 99% indicative of the spam class.
So it's just pattern matching on steroids.
Right. And that applies to more complex things, too, like anomaly detection. If you usually log in from Chicago at 9 a.m., and then suddenly there's a login from a server in Pyongyang at 3 a.m.
The math just says nope.
The math just says probability of legitimacy low, and it flags it.
Okay, but if it's just math, why isn't it perfect? We still hear about massive data breaches like every other week.
Because the math has blind spots. And this is the reality check the authors really hammer home. They explicitly talk about the limitations.
And the biggest one is?
The false positive?
That's when the security guard tackles the grandma because her hip replacement beeped at the metal detector.
Exactly. And in the corporate world, that is incredibly expensive. If your shiny new ML model flags the CEO's legitimate email as a phishing attempt and blocks a $1 million deal.
That model gets turned off fast.
Very fast. So the limitation isn't just, can we catch the bad guy? It's, can we catch the bad guy without harassing all the good guys?
And the attackers, they have to know this.
They absolutely know this. It's called an adversarial attack. If I know your model looks for specific keywords or, certain file sizes, I just change my malware slightly, just enough to slip under that statistical threshold.
So the constant arms race.
A total arms race between the algorithm's training data and the hacker's creativity.
It really seems like the big takeaway here is that ML isn't a set it and forget it solution. Not at all.
Not even close. It requires constant tuning. You map the threats with that taxonomy, you apply the algorithms to handle the scale, but you have to accept that the machine will make mistakes. It's a tool for triage, not a replacement for human judgment.
A powerful tool, but one that can absolutely be tricked.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, here's something to chew on.
Okay.
We spend so much time defining what machine learning can't do. Like, it can't understand context or intent so that we can use it properly.
Yeah.
But if we're relying entirely on probability based on past data, aren't we essentially driving by only looking in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, that That is the terrifying thought. We're getting great at predicting yesterday's attack, but tomorrow's is always a surprise.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.